Hello and welcome back to I Am Movies. The movie starts with Barry Allen, the Flash, who is seen far from Gotham and is at a restaurant where he asks about the girl with curly hair, who makes him his special sandwich daily. But the man informs her that she is on leave and has a boyfriend. The new guy takes his order and appears very annoying as Barry is getting late for his job. Suddenly he gets a call from Alfred, who informs him about the situation in Gotham. After revealing that Superman and Diana are busy, he requests that he reach there immediately. Unwillingly, Barry has to agree. And as he leaves, a group of young kids stops him, after which he runs and reaches Gotham within a few moments. He finds Gotham General Hospital in the worst situation and asks Alfred about Batman and why he is not here. At the same time, Batman shows up chasing a few men and informs them that Falcon's son has stolen a deadly virus from Gotham General Lab, and when he tries to intercept them, they escape. So he needs him to take care of the hospital while he deals with Falcon's son and his friends. Batman makes the criminals change their course as they head towards the kids, and the police also join them in the chase, but the suspects easily take them down. Meanwhile, Alfred informs Barry about the sewage leakage in the basement when Barry thinks that he always has to clean up Batman's mess. Alfred analyzes the foundation damage and tells Barry that the East Wing is about to collapse. As Barry comes out and finds the East Wing collapsing, he notices many babies and a nurse from NCIU falling from the 30th floor. Barry uses his powers to slow down time. He checks everything and eats chocolate and juice to refill his power meter. When his power reaches its peak, Barry saves the kids, the therapy dog, and the nurse from the worst scenarios, to which the nurse is thrilled. He suggests she take psychological therapy after this, while Batman loses his bike while following the culprits. Soon, he lands on their car, and after knocking out two of them, Batman gets inside the car. He catches and fights Falcon's son, and the driver jumps out of the car. As the car falls into the water, Batman saves Falcon's son, and is hanging when Alfred warns him that Gotham will die within minutes if the case falls into the water. Luckily, Diana shows up there and saves Batman and Gotham, and Flash joins them. Diana is happy to see them and leaves, while Barry returns to the shop and gets his sandwich. He arrives at the Forensics Research Center when his friends, Patty and Albert, make fun of him for being late, and laugh at him when their boss sends him to fetch him a coffee after insulting him for being late. After getting free from his work, Patty and Albert show him their boss talking to the media about an unfinished case, and Barry is worried as he still needs to check the evidence thoroughly. A girl, Iris West, spots Barry and introduces herself as his schoolmate. After Barry recognizes her, the duo chats when Iris informs him she is now a reporter covering his father's case. She asks him about his father, and Barry tells her he is not guilty, and even his mother should be alive now. Later that night, Bruce Wayne sends him a USB drive, and as he is checking his father's video of the day when his mother died, Barry talks to his father and mentions that his face is not visible in the video. His father tells him not to worry about him and states he is happy here, thinking his mother is not yet dead and living happily. Barry tells him about Iris while his father asks him to date her, as he used to have a heavy crush on her. Barry's father talks to him about his mother, and he reaches his old house, recalling when he was a kid and was very happy with his parents. Barry's mother summons his father and sends him to get a can of tomatoes, and after he leaves, the duo sings and dances happily. Barry is in his room when he hears some noises, and upon checking, finds his father sitting beside his injured wife. When he asks him to call 911, Barry rushes from the house. In the meantime, his father's call disconnects, and Barry is sorrowful after recalling his past. He runs faster than the speed of light and reaches a dimension from where he looks at the day he spent saving the kids and helping Batman. Barry meets Bruce and informs him about how he returned to his previous day, claiming he can go back in time and save his parents. But Bruce warns him that changing anything may cause problems for him, and instead of saving everyone, he may destroy everything. After Bruce leaves, Iris comes to see Barry, and when she talks about how Barry's parents fell victim to a failure in the justice system, she wishes to go back in time and prevent the killer from murdering his mother. Barry is thrilled to hear this, and claims that he can go back and change a few things without letting his parents be aware of it. This way, he can reduce the interaction, as Bruce has notified him, and will return to the present. He considers it a perfect plan, and leaves, telling Iris that he enjoyed talking to her, and wishes for more someday. Flash uses his powers, and re-enters the Chrono Bowl. He reaches the day when he went shopping with his mother as a kid, and places the can of crushed tomatoes in the shopping trolley, as he considers the can to be why he lost his parents. Flash tries to return to the present, looking at his parents celebrating his birthdays, and is very happy, hoping to find them alive. Unfortunately, someone appears inside the Chrono Bowl and pushes him away. Flash finds himself in front of his house, and he enters the house after changing into Barry. He is thrilled to see his parents, and talks to them about how their previous 18 years went. He considers asking them such a question foolish, and finds his second version approaching the house. Barry leaves and encounters him. He is thrilled to learn that his second version is not yet 18 years old. After young Barry reopens his eyes, he explains everything to his younger self, but seems excited about his powers. Barry is confused, as nothing of this was supposed to happen, and he thinks of drugging the younger Barry, but he disagrees. Barry tries to punch him to make him forget about his meeting, but then he hears that he has a date with Iris, so he stops. Barry is leaving him alone when he notices a storm outside, and realizes it is the day he got his powers, so he informs him that they have 30 minutes to reach the Central City Crime Lab to get his powers. Otherwise, he will also lose his powers and never return to reality. They sneak into the building using Flash's power, called phasing, which allows Barry to pass through walls. Barry brings his younger version to the place where lightning hit him and gave him his powers. Young Barry is scared to learn that he will get electrocuted, and as the lightning enters the lab, it passes from Barry to his younger self. As a result, Barry loses his powers, and the young one gets them. Barry tries to leave the building using his powers, but fails, which shocks him. As they return home, Barry informs the young one that he has powers now, so he gets excited and escapes from the house but causes chaos in the city. He has to return home naked, and when Barry is trying to teach him a few things, younger Barry asks to learn to phase, but when Barry tells him it will take him some time, he uses the power and slides down the roof. When young Barry returns, Barry talks to him about his suit, but he falls asleep. Next, Barry gives him a ring and informs him that he will get the suit after pressing. As Barry presses the button, Flash's suit pops up, and Barry tells him he can borrow it for a while. Barry thinks of a plan. If he trains him like he used to run, they can recreate the Chrono Bowl, and he can return home. Suddenly, Barry hears the screams of people, and upon checking the news, he learns about General Zod's arrival on Earth. Zod addresses the Earth's people and demands his Kryptonian from them, who has been living among them. Barry informs his younger version that only Superman can stop Zod, and that he stopped him in reality, but after the deaths of thousands of people. When asked whether Barry was there, he claims he was there because he got his powers fresh and did not know his potential. He mentions how he saved a kid, but failed to save his father when the Earth was being terraformed. Barry proclaims that they can prevent the chaos if he succeeds in gathering the Justice League before Zod overtakes the Earth. They arrive at young Barry's apartment, where they meet Gary, and as Barry is searching for Cyborg and other Justice League members, Patty and Albert appear to be young Barry's roommates. Young Barry introduces him as his cousin while everyone ignores him. Barry reaches Aquaman's father and learns he was never born in this reality. After arguing with Barry and his friends, he realizes he has completely ruined his life. He mentions that none of the Justice League members exist in this world, and when he says Batman, he is thrilled to hear that he exists. Barry makes an excuse for his cousin's dinner and takes young Barry. He leads him to the place where Batman lives. They enter his house and look around, but they find Bruce nowhere. As they enter the kitchen, Bruce attacks them from behind and knocks Barry down easily, while young Barry dodges him every time he uses his powers. When Bruce is calm, he talks to Barry and learns that he has come from the future, and in his universe, he is Batman's best friend. But here, Bruce is chronologically different than the one in his universe. When Barry explains how he has time traveled, Bruce tells him that time travel is not linear, and explains the multiverse using spaghetti as a metaphor. When Barry asks him to help find Superman, Bruce denies doing it and leaves. Barry leads his younger version to Bruce's Batcave and decides to use his equipment. As they enter the cave, Barry finds a computer and searches for Clark Kent. Meanwhile, young Barry irritates him by asking him to look around, so Barry loses his calm and gets mad at him for trying to act funny. Young Barry does not like this, and tells him that he has done everything he said, and is still being mean to him. Barry realizes his mistake, but the young one tells him to focus on his work, and leaves. Barry keeps looking, but in vain, and then he tells Bruce that his Batman also had Alfred, who helped him, and there are certain characters that are all the same across all the timelines. He mentions that he knows how he lost his parents, which saddens Bruce, and he gets his Batman stuff ready to help Barry. Barry wakes up and learns that Clark has been kept at a Serbian black site, and when they are worried about how they will go there, Batman appears with his plane. The trio leaves and reaches the Serbian black site where Superman is kept. Barry and his younger version try to sneak into the building, but they alert everyone, and guards surround them, but Batman fights and kills them. They reach the container, hoping to find Superman, and after they open it, they find a girl in miserable condition instead of Superman. Batman orders them to leave, but Barry refuses to go without the girl. They are leaving with the girl when they encounter some guards, and the younger Barry gets shot in the leg. The guards surround them as they reach the rooftop, while the girl falls into the sunlight and heals. The girl appears to be Supergirl, and kills all the Russian guards within seconds, thus saving Batman and his friends' lives. After that, Supergirl falls unconscious, and when she reopens her eyes, Barry questions her about Kal-El, the superhero, and she informs him that he was an infant when they left, and that she was sent to protect him. Barry informs her that Kal-El did not reach Earth in this universe. Supergirl watches the news of Zod's arrival and tries to leave, but she is weak, and Barry orders his younger version to take to the sunlight. Supergirl puts on her cape and regains her strength as they arrive in the sunlight, but she seems unhappy with humans for putting her in a cage. Barry tells her there are still many people worth saving, but she flies away, stating they are not her people. After Supergirl leaves, Barry talks to Bruce about regaining his powers by creating the same scenario that made him a superhero. Bruce questions him about why he is trying to save this world as he can go to any timeline using his powers, and Barry tells him that this is one where his mom lives, and he came back in time to save her. Bruce talks about how he lost his parents, and used his cape as a source to overcome their grief at losing them. He appreciates him for doing what he always wanted to do, while young Barry hears this and is shocked. In the meantime, Supergirl flies to where Zod arrives with the world engine and declares war after the humans don't recognize him as the Kryptonian. After a while, Barry sets up to regain his power, and Bruce helps him. Young Barry is scared, but Barry asks him not to worry as Batman has their back. Bruce turns on the switch that causes the lightning to hit the Batkite, which delivers the power to Barry's body. Barry gets badly electrocuted, and when he asks for a second shock, Bruce reveals that the circuit is fired. Supergirl then appears there, picks up Barry, and gets him electrocuted in the clouds. As she returns, young Barry is sad, thinking he is dead, but Barry heals up and regains his powers. Young Barry makes his suit using Batman's, and when Barry wakes up, he returns his suit to him. They are talking when Supergirl arrives and asks Barry why he saved her, knowing she is not Kal-El, and Barry replies that she needed help, so he rescues her. Bruce appears there, and when he agrees to help them fight against Zod, Barry hopes to stand a chance to save this world. Barry and his friends arrive at the location where Zod and his army have caused chaos, and Barry informs the young one that they will take care of Zod's army to buy Supergirl enough time to fight and kill Zod. As they land, Supergirl finds Zod and leaves to encounter him while Barry guides his younger version to fight Zod's army. Zod talks to Supergirl and informs her that her uncle hid the key to Krypton's survival inside a kid's DNA and sent it to Earth, but they intercepted his pod. He informs her that Kal-El is not the one they need, and it is her blood they must harvest to ensure Krypton's survival. Supergirl is infuriated after learning that Zod has killed her cousin and beats him badly. Similarly, young Barry gets injured while trying to hit a Kryptonian, but Barry makes him believe they are the fastest. Initially, the Flash, Supergirl, and Batman gain the upper hand on their enemies, but soon everything gets out of their hands. Batman tries to shoot down the biggest spaceship, but gets shot in return. He tries to leave his plane, but the ejection system fails. Batman claims to take out the biggest ship with him, but it appears to be protected by a shield, and his sacrifice goes in vain. On the other hand, Supergirl gains the upper hand on Zod, and as she tries to turn off the world engine, Zod stabs her in the chest and leaves after killing her and taking what he needs. Young Barry is sad to see his world die, so he insists on returning to save Batman and Supergirl, despite being stopped by Barry. The duo reaches the Chrono Bowl and goes back in time to keep them, but this time, they end up dead. When young Barry again goes back in time, Barry talks to him and tries to explain that his world must end this day, and that there is no way that they can save it. Young Barry tries many times, but he has to face defeat every time. Barry tells him there is no solution to their problem, and they will let it go. Young Barry claims he can give up on their mother and proclaims that he came back to save her. Suddenly, the man who pushed Barry out earlier appears there and stops him from restraining young Barry. Young Barry returns and is stunned to see the third man there. As he tries to hurt Barry, he attacks him, and from the scars on his face, young Barry is thrilled to learn that it's him. Older Barry explains that he pushed him to September 29th so that he may train him, and he mentions that he is the inevitable intersection and will have to give up. Suddenly, they notice all the chaos their actions have caused in the multiverse, driving the emergence of various universes. Each universe has a different Superman and the rest of the characters, and as Barry tries to resist, the older Barry attacks him, but the younger one saves him and gets severely injured. As the young Barry gets weaker, the older one disappears, indicating that the young one has no future. Young Barry gives him money and asks him to tell their mother he loves her. After young Barry dies, Barry travels back in time and notices himself placing the tomato can inside his mother's shopping trolley. So he gets closer to his mother, who does not recognize him, and cries, telling her that his mother has died, but he misses and loves her a lot. As she comforts him, Barry slows the time and keeps the tomato can back. After that, he is standing sad when he spots the camera on his head and thinks of another plan. Barry returns home and finds a note from Iris asking to see her at his father's hearing. Barry rushes to the court, and the lawyer proves his father innocent using the videotape Bruce sent him. But this time, his father looks up at the camera. As Barry and Iris come out of the courtroom, the media questions him about the case, and Barry jokingly explains that he put the tomato can on the top shelf so his father could look into the camera. No one understands him, after which Iris asks him to invite her for a dinner date, and as he does it, she leaves, telling him to call her at night. Barry is pleased when Bruce calls and congratulates him on his father's freedom. Barry thanks him, and is stunned to see a different Bruce Wayne coming out of a car, and realizes that he has messed up the timeline, and the movie ends here. In the post-credit scene, we see Barry explaining to Arthur Curry, aka Aquaman, that he went to multiverse and all of them have a significant character inside it. But Aquaman is too drunk to listen and just gives Barry his ring. Thank you for supporting my small channel. If you like this video, share and like to help this channel out. Thanks for watching and see you at the next one.